What's going on, guys? This is the Flow State Podcast, and I'm your host, Mateo Flow. What a weekend, guys. I know you guys had to tune into that UFC Noche. Man. And if you did, and you saw what I saw, you were just in awe of how well that event was put together. That was so insane. I cannot believe how well it translated just, on television. The production was incredible. I know Dana White had some of the best people in the game on that production, and it truly showed. I don't think I've ever seen I've never seen anything like it. I don't think anyone has. I think that was the best production for a sporting event in history. And, the UFC does it again, in my opinion. It looked like this was some out-of-this-world type of scenery. Like, I didn't know anything like that was even possible. The production, wow. How can we go from that to the apex? It's going to be hard, guys. It's going to be hard. That was incredible. The how they had all the different scenes, taking you to those different worlds. Like, it was crazy watching that on TV. I can only imagine being there in person. I mean, they paid $4,000 minimum to sit in those seats, I believe. $3-4 grand. I'd say they got their money's worth. I mean, it's a one-off. Apparently he's not going to do it again. Dana White's in a contract with MGM, so he works some kind of deal to be able to get to do that one-off with the Riyadh season at the Sphere. But it was incredible, and it'll be a night to remember. But let's jump into these fights. Let's go straight into the main event. This time, guys. All right, we had Sean O Malley versus Merab. I cannot pronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try to butcher it. But Merab won. Okay. I did predict wrong. I had Sean O'Malley winning that. I thought he was going to find that button and cut his lights out. A lot of people are saying that Sean didn't look as sharp. Dana White actually mentioned he didn't feel like Sean looked as sharp. He looked flat on the feet. Here's my take on that. I think a lot of time when we see these striker versus grappler matchups, this gets said a lot. They say, he didn't look as sharp on the feet, but how can you be as sharp on the feet when you know that threat of the takedown is coming? It's like they hesitate. They don't fully commit. They're not as sharp because they can't fully commit. They feel like they're going to get taken down, and I think that's what happened in this case. I don't think that it wasn't that Sean wasn't as sharp. I think Sean, he even said he had a great training camp. I know that's what they all say, but Sean got taken down and was not able to really get up too much off of that pressure that Merab was putting on him. And I feel like Sean O'Malley could have taken those risks and at the beginning of the rounds and just sent it, just full send, at the beginning. Because, he knew that those takedowns were going to come. How many can you really avoid? This is raising eyebrows and making people think like, okay, well, was it a fluke with Aljo? Did Sean get lucky? I wouldn't mind seeing them run that one back. I know Aljo would love to do that. I think Sean is a great striker. I don't know how much of a well-rounded fighter he is. All these guys in the UFC are well-rounded. What I mean by that is, man, a lot of times these grapplers and these wrestlers have the upper hand. Once they get a hold of you, if they get a hold of you, this is why they say, wrestling and is what dictates the fight, man. It's what dictates the fight. So when you got some strong wrestling, background and you got guys that can really grapple and really put pressure. I mean, look at Khabib. Look at all these guys that, Sean Brady last week. Look at how well they can dictate where the fight ends up. And I think Sean's key to victory was going to be him just sending it at the beginning of the rounds, just trying to really put it on him and really taking some risk, because he got taken down, eventually anyway. That was a crazy bout. I mean, a little banter with Merab and Tim Welch, Sean's coach at the beginning, had Herb Dean stopping the fight for a bit. I guess it's considered excessive coaching. Tim was, roasting Merab a little bit in the corner. Well, a little fun and games. You know how they get down. But Merab was had Sean in the headlock at one point, giving him smooches on the back, and he gave Tim Welch a little banter back, and it was quite interesting. I know Dana White wasn't very happy with the co-main and the main event, saying it was not as exciting as he would have liked to see. But what's next for Merab? What's next for Sean O'Malley? Sean O'Malley, are they going to give it an instant rematch? I don't think so. I think Sean O'Malley, man, Henry Cejudo's calling out Sean O'Malley. And honestly, I'm for that fight. I'm for Sean O'Malley fighting Henry Cejudo, but so is Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen wants to fight Sean O'Malley. I think they're seeing some holes in Sean O'Malley's game. Sean O'Malley can put anyone's lights out at any time with the combos and stuff like that. But if you get a hold of Sean, they're seeing some holes. And apparently Corey Sandhagen's seeing some holes. I think I think Sean has some tough matchups coming, to be honest with you. Henry Cejudo, I think Henry Cejudo did better against Merab. Even though Merab won, Henry Cejudo got some takedowns on Merab. So I think all these guys at the top are so good. I think it's gonna be a struggle for Sean to get back to that title. He really has to put that singlet on like he did in that video he made. At least he's been a good sport about it. I think he's a great fighter. I'm a huge fan of Sean O'Malley, but dude, he's got some tough challenges. He's got some tough challenges ahead of him, because everybody's gunning for him. I think they're a little pissed. They got a little chip on their shoulder because he's had that rise to fame. He's had that path, all the stars align for Sean O'Malley. A lot like Conor McGregor. Lightning in a bottle, Can Sean get back on the horse and prove himself? I'm for it, but I think it's going to be tough, man. These guys that want to come in and grapple you, like Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is going to try to get in there and take you down, and it's going to be tiring. And like Dana White said, how he's saying that he didn't look as sharp. A lot of these guys don't look as sharp when the threat of the takedowns are there, and they got guys that are really good at the takedown, putting that pressure on them constantly, every single round, relentless takedowns, mixing it up. Who do you guys want to see Sean O'Malley fight next? I wouldn't mind Corey Sandhagen versus Sean O'Malley. I don't think Sean O'Malley does well against Henry Cejudo. Like I said, he can put your lights out, and it's all a risk in this game. But Henry Cejudo is going to be a tough challenge for Sean O'Malley. I think they got beef. They got some history. I would like to see Henry Cejudo versus Sean O'Malley as well. I'm up for either one of them, but I do think that Sean O'Malley is going to have some a tough road ahead of him. I think he can get it done. He can work on his takedown defense. He can get it done. But it is interesting in that bantamweight division right now, guys. We got some crazy stuff. Now for Merab, you know who wants you, buddy. You know who wants you. And that's Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar wants you, Merab. And they questioned Merab at the post-fight press conference. You know, what's he thinking about that Umar? He doesn't want Umar next, guys. You can tell that he does not want Umar next. The reason he doesn't want Umar next is because he knows that is something he is worried about. You know, he is not scared to fight anyone, but when you become champion, you want to defend your title. But these champions fight anyone. Islam Makhachev put it out. Makhachev, sorry. I try my best to pronounce these names, guys, but bear with me. Islam even said champions fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. Okay, and you know why he's saying that? Because he wants Umar getting that title shot. Umar is a problem. He beat Corey Sandhagen. And to be honest with you, that is a terrible fight for Merab because Umar can wrestle too and can strike. And he's very athletic and he is like a bat out of hell. He is fast, bro. Like I think he's a little better everywhere than Merab. And it's going to be a challenge for Merab. I think that Umar Nurmagomedov gets that title, guys. I think Umar gets that title. I mean, you know how them Dagestan boys roll. You know how they roll. They're a problem. They're getting better at their striking over there, and they're wrestling second to none, guys. So I don't. If they put Umar in there with Merab, I don't see Merab holding that title very long. And that just goes to show you like how tough that competition is out there in the bantamweight division. But yeah, interesting things coming up in the bantamweight division. I'll be interested to see who gets that title shot against Merab and what they do with that division from there. But nonetheless, it will be very interesting for the fans. So, next, Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. This was their third fight in that octagon. And Valentina Shevchenko got it done. I did predict she was going to get it done. I did. Dana White wasn't too much of a fan of the co-main event either, but guys, I think a lot of people don't like grappling and they don't like watching grappling in MMA. They want to see big knockouts, guys. Let's be real. Everybody likes that. I'm a fan of it too, but I like grappling too. You know, I saw some cool exchanges on the grappling department in that co-main event. I think Valentina Shevchenko. It was a tough fight. You know, went to decision, went all 5 rounds. But man, those two girls are so good. They asked Valentina if they think there's going to be a fourth one. She wants some new blood. She wants to fight someone else. And I get it. It's like, it does kind of get like, dang, like 3, 4, 5, 6. How many fights, you know? I agree. Let's mix it up a little bit for a minute. Great job, Alexa Grasso. You're a true champion. You're insane. She's a great fighter. Very well rounded. Nice hands. You know, great grappling. IQ is there. Like she is up there. I want to see Valentina fight someone else next, but I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Grasso gets right back up there and gets another title shot soon. But just continuing to work on her skills, sharpen her skills, and either woman could have won that night. It was a great fight. Valentina got it done though. And we'll see who fights her next. Next fight on the card that was very interesting was Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Guys, I voted Ortega to win, and I was wrong. I was wrong on this prediction. I'm sorry, but I had to go with T-City. Diego Lopez is a problem for that division. Diego Lopez is a savage. Diego Lopez is a killer. And he is a problem for anyone in the featherweight division. He put everybody on notice for that. He's coming. Young bull. Dude comes like a bat out of hell in the first round. Now, he almost put Brian Ortega out in the first round. If you guys saw that. He comes with them right hooks, and dude, he runs at you, man. And you can tell he's got that power. He swelled up Ortega's eye. Ortega had to go get face scans after the fight. I think they came back good, and that's wonderful. I'm glad he's healthy and all. But Diego Lopez almost finished him in the first round. My stomach dropped. My stomach dropped, guys. I felt like I was on a roller coaster. Like, Diego Lopez, if he gets his hands on you in the first round, I hope you can brace for shock, because he can finish anybody, man. He can finish anybody. Now, the key to beating him is, like I said, like maybe weathering the storm, and we haven't seen him, in the 5 rounds, but they're talking about Volkanovski fighting Diego Lopez. How does that look? How does Volkanovski fare against Diego Lopez? How does Lopez fare against Volkanovski? How does this bout go? This is very interesting, because Volkanovski is built different. We know that. Volkanovski is built different. And he's tough as nails. We did see him get a little humanized when he fought Makhachev, or Islam. Is he the same? Is Volk the same? Can Diego Lopez finish Volkanovski? I think Volkanovski would edge that one out in the later rounds, because I think that Volkanovski could weather that storm, and I think that he could put together what needs to be done, even if it goes to decision. I think Volkanovski could put the points on the board to win that fight against Diego Lopez, if I'm being honest. And as far as like Ilia Topuria, we're just talking right now, but I think Ilia Topuria would beat Diego Lopez as well. But like, it is fighting, you never know. That's the fun. That's why we love the sport. It's MMA. Anything can happen. But I think Diego Lopez is right up there, and I'm really excited to see how he can make progress in that featherweight division. I mean, he just beat number three guy Brian Ortega, straight dog, straight vet, straight killer, and we saw what he did. He won, and he's a problem, man. He's a guy that everybody likes watching this dude. He's a great fighter, man, and he's got what it takes to be up there in the championship rounds. I'm sorry. He's got what it takes to be champ. If he can perfect his skills, continue working with his team, and just honing in on his craft, working his butt off. He's got the toughness factor, that's for sure. That's a very important thing too. He's got the skills and he's got the toughness factor. He's well-rounded. He's a problem. He'll have everybody. He's already put everybody on notice, so I'm sure everyone's Everyone's looking out for this dude. The next fight we had was Daniel Zellber versus Esteban Ribovic. I'm sorry, these names stump me up. Esteban Ribovic, he won that fight, and that was like the fight of the night. That was a straight banger. Wow. Ribovic almost put out Daniel Zellber at one point, and then that dude, Daniel Zellber, is a straight-up dog. Tough as nails, man. Tough as nails. They both have good records, 15-2-0 for Zellber and 14-1-0 for Ribovic. That was fight of the night, and that fight was a banger. It might be one of the fights of the year, guys. So whenever that gets put out, man, you guys go back and watch that. I'll go back and watch that one. That was sweet. I'm definitely, going to tune into these guys' next fights. It was a lightweight bout, and it was a straight banger. It's like fans love to see a fight where it's like it goes back and forth. One guy almost gets put out, and then the other guy, almost gets put out, and it's just back and forth. It's just like it's like a chess match, but a savage chess match. Like we love seeing those back and forth. Like we love a great fight. That's what a fight is, man. You want to see one guy almost get put out and then another guy come back with something, and then like, oh my goodness, just the emotions that it brings out of us as fans is sweet. We got a treat on that one. We got Lazy Boy Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Ode Osborne. Lazy Boy won that. Lazy Boy won that decision, round 3. Great fight, back and forth. Sweet fights. Sweet fights. It was almost like distracting how dope that sphere was, to be honest with you. I was just in awe. Like I just couldn't stop. Like the animation, the production was insane, man. I wish they could fight in that sphere like every time. That was so dope. Golly, I would love to go to that sphere and watch some fights. Goodness gracious. That was something special. What else we got? In other news, I'm seeing something. I think MMA Junkie put it out on his Instagram. I'm seeing something saying that John Jones is saying that he, after his Stipe fight, it might be it. It might be it for him. He's 38. You know what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see that Tom Aspinall versus Jones. We also wanted to see Francis Ngannou versus Jones. Like, I got to have a little compassion for John Jones because he's done everything there is to do in this sport. Let's be real. He's done everything there is to do in this sport, guys. At a certain point, you got to hang the gloves up. Father Time is undefeated. I'm not saying that John Jones doesn't got it no more, but dang, man, these young, hungry dogs trying to, fight tooth and nail to fight this guy. Like, at some point, you got to just ride off in the sunset and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, John Jones has done everything there is to do. When you're a champion, they're going to, fans and just people don't understand and don't care about these fighters, but we should care a little bit about, our champions, the guys that have done everything there is to do in this sport. Like, at a certain point, like, understand these people have done enough. They've done enough. Not saying I wouldn't love to see him fight Tom Aspinall if he mentally felt like he was there and physically felt ready and everything like that. I would love to see him fight Tom Aspinall just because of the freak of nature that Tom Aspinall is. But John Jones is a smart dude. That is probably his biggest, like, his IQ in the octagon is something that is one of one. And he's got to be, in order to be a champion like that, you got to have some self-awareness. And he knows that Father Time is undefeated. He knows that Tom Aspinall is 31 years old, lightning in a bottle, bad dude. Tom Aspinall is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, got knockout power, big dude, so athletic for a heavyweight. Like that, the age of these guys just being like, hefty, out of shape heavyweights. You got some guys like that, but they don't become champion. They don't become champion in this day and age. These guys, these heavyweights are moving crazy, like Cyril Gahn, Tom Aspinall, all these guys that one dude in that Francis Ngannou is supposed to be fighting. That big, tall, I think he's like 6'7", that guy in PFL. That dude moves crazy. Like, all these heavyweights are becoming athletic, man. Like, these guys are taking this training to another level. Like, Jon Jones, you've done enough for the sport, and I don't like seeing legends go too long and then start losing and all this stuff. Like, but it's his choice at the end of the day. I think Jon Jones is a smart man. He's gonna do what's best for him and his family. So he was out there. I saw him taking pictures with Alex Poatan Pereira, Chama. He was out there with Ryan Garcia kicking it. Oh my goodness! When Dana White heard that, he was worried. He told Jon, "Promise me you're not gonna do anything crazy tonight, because you got to fight in November." Jon Jones and Vegas, they got their own fights, but haven't heard anything yet. So apparently he's all right. So awesome. Michael Chandler, Conor McGregor. Michael Chandler's fighting Charles Oliveira, I believe, in November. Yeah. Michael Chandler is fighting Oliver. Why am I tripping right now? Michael Chandler is fighting Charles Oliveira. Conor McGregor. What's gonna happen with Conor McGregor? Michael Chandler is saying that Conor McGregor isn't his next opponent, but he is Conor McGregor's next opponent. So do we see that early 2025? Please, man. Can we please see Conor come back? We just want to know if he still got it. We want to know. Conor McGregor saying, can you do some kind of joint promotion with BKFC and go fight somebody? Jeremy Stevens. Fight Mike Perry if you're going to do that, though. I'd rather see Conor McGregor versus Mike Perry in BKFC. Let's see that. What does he say? Take the gloves off and fight like a man. Let's see it. Conor McGregor versus Mike Perry. I want to see Conor, man. I want to see Conor. I don't care if it's BKFC or it's UFC or whatever. Let's see Conor come back, man. I think his injury's healed up. I see him sparring some guys, some wrestling cats, stuffing them takedowns, working on that, So what are we gonna see? When are we gonna see Conor McGregor? Is it gonna be early 2025? Is it gonna be December? I mean, hope you never know with fighting. Like, Michael Chandler's got to be healthy and everything like that, but I don't know. I don't think, man. This might be messed up. I don't think the UFC really cares about Michael Chandler to the point where I feel like if Conor McGregor's like, I want to fight this guy, this next guy, whatever, whoever it is, he could get that. Now, I'm not saying that they would never give Michael Chandler the opportunity to fight Conor McGregor, but I wouldn't be surprised if Conor McGregor had another opponent before he fought Michael Chandler. I don't know their contracts and everything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Conor McGregor fight someone else other than Michael Chandler when he comes back. But who knows? Who knows? I know they did the Ultimate Fighter, so that's typically how it goes. But this is Conor McGregor, guys. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But he is sparring and he's training, and I saw him at his BKFC event, and, looks good. I hope he's mentally getting there, because it might take a little bit of time because of the ring rust. But I hope he's mentally preparing. And he says he wants to. If you don't want to fight, don't fight. But he says he wants to fight. Competition, competition is a hell of a drug, and we want to see what Conor's made of still. So whether it be BKFC, UFC, I know Conor's got 2 fights left on his contract in the UFC. Who does he fight? Michael Chandler? Justin Gaethje? Oh my goodness. Crazy. In other news, Canelo versus Edgar Berlanga. I was watching them side by side when I was out, and Canelo won by decision. Went all 12 rounds, which surprised me, to be honest with you. He dropped Berlanga a few times. I think with a hook, man, that he dropped him. Oof. Canelo dropped Berlanga a few times, but that first one, man, that sat him down on his butt. Kind of looked. Berlanga looked shocked, But Berlanga's a hell of a fighter, and he did pretty good. Who does Canelo fight next? I don't know. Everybody wants to see David Benavidez versus Canelo. Everybody wants to see that. But at the same time, like, how long does Canelo fight for? And how does he take his competition as it comes? He is getting up a little older. He's fought everybody. It's another one of those things, like, do you start picking and choosing your fights? A lot of people are saying he's ducking Benavidez, but he's fought everybody. He says he doesn't care. But I want to see Edgar Berlanga versus Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant won his fight, stopped the guy, I think, in like the 8th or 9th round, or in the later rounds. He stopped his opponent. I want to see Caleb Plant versus Edgar Berlanga. They got some history. They got some beef. I think that'd be a fan fight. That'd be awesome. That would be a sweet fight. I think Plant would just have to watch out for that power. And Berlanga would have to really work on his defense, because Caleb Plant, man, sweet hands. He's sharp. He's got some combos, and he's a dog too. Canelo did finish Plant, so that's another thing that Berlanga could say, like, hey, you didn't go the distance with Canelo. I did. Well, let's see. Let's see who's the better fighter that night. Let's see if Plant can beat Edgar Berlanga. Fan fight right there. And for the UFC, next week we got Renato Moicano versus Benoit Saint Denis. That main event is going to be something to tune into, because Benoit, I think he has a great record to begin with 13-2-0 and 1 no contest. Renato Moicano was 19-5-1. Both guys are well-rounded fighters. Benoit lost to DP, Diamond Dustin Poirier. Got finished by him. How does he come back from that? That's what I want to know. How does he come back from that? Like, this guy is I think a French special warfare military guy, and he's got the heart of a lion. He's a dog. He's young. He's hungry, and this guy has a bright future. Renato Money Moicano. This guy has fought some really good talent too. He's 35. This is a lightweight bout. Got some good jiu-jitsu. And I think he's even done some of those UFC Fight Pass jiu-jitsu invitationals. So he's got some good ground game. This is going to be a banger. They both come. They both throw. Straight banger. So let's tune into that. I'm really interested in Benoit Saint Denis, though. I want to see how he bounces back, and I want to see just how good he is. You know, he's young and he's still got time. He's still got time in his career to really perfect his craft and rise to the top. So a loss doesn't necessarily mean, it's over, guys. Like, some people have different paths to the belt, and I'm really interested to see what happens in this next fight next week. It's a UFC fight night, so tune into that, guys. What else we got? I think that's pretty much it right now, guys. It's been a great weekend, and yeah, UFC fight night next week. That's about it, really, honestly. So yeah, guys, if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys this week. So I hope everyone has a great week, and keep going, guys. Keep going. That's all I got. One love. I'm out. Deuces.